Hey y'all, Camille here with the Capitol Report. Let's jump right into some big news from last Friday. Governor John Bel Edwards issued the call for the Louisiana State Legislature to enter into the second special session of the year. In his call, he outlined 48 items to address the projected $600 million deficit. Check out our Capitol Report resources page to see what exactly he outlined in the call. You can expect the next special session to begin at 6:30 p.m. June 6th, giving the legislators a solid 30-minute bathroom break before they jump right back into the budget. All right, let's move on to what else happened last week. Our industry severance tax incentives were up to be discussed in the Senate Revenue and Fiscal Affairs Committee. The committee has been going through tax incentives to determine the efficacy for each one. As I mentioned in the last report, in preparation, we put together a state-by-state comparison of similar incentives in other states. This allowed Gifford Briggs, our VP, to give a better explanation of why these incentives are important factors when companies look to make investments in our state. Our incentives were up Tuesday night, and Briggs was able to give a brief overview before the committee adjourned for the evening, pushing the full discussion of each incentive off until the next night. Okay, let's start on Tuesday. The most notable conversation was when Senator Karen Carter Peterson asked if there was any one incentive in particular that the state is not getting the best bang for its buck because of. Gifford made sure to explain that some that are listed are zero or negligible value, some are purely tax accounting measures, and that the inactive well incentive has actually been off the books since 2015. Briggs pointed out the dire importance of the deep and horizontal incentives, for, as he said, for completely different reasons are extremely important, considering the price environment we are in now. He also continued to explain the importance of the special rates for the smaller producers. He said that in terms of employment and importance to the community, they could not take these special rates away. However, this brief testimony was apparently not quite what the senator wanted to hear.
And I'm going to go back to my question. Do you think any of these exemptions can take a haircut at any level that would be fair as we go through this? Because other businesses are taking a haircut. And I'm asking you that broadly. If you don't want to answer it today, I'd ask that you be prepared really soon to answer it. So that, yeah.
I think I can answer that. And,
okay, good.
And on behalf of our members, I don't think that at this point in time that we can.
On anything?
On anything.
Briggs concluded by reiterating that to say that we are in any position to pay more in taxes than we are right now is not something our members are in a position to do because they are worried about keeping the doors open and the lights on. All right, on to the next night. Briggs made it back to the table Wednesday, and the interrogation began, much faster than anticipated. The committee flew by the first few and installed on the horizontal incentive, where Briggs explained we need this incentive now, more than ever, to remain competitive. After some more discussion, they were then able to move forward and make it to number 18, which was the incentive for stripper wells, for which Senator Karen Carter Peterson again had the mic and did not seem too thrilled with the special rate going to this type of production. She ended quickly, but made sure to say it will be dealt with in the upcoming special session. To find out more, you can find a link to the full testimony on our Capitol Report resources page. Let's look at what else happened around the Capitol last week. This past week, another brave Louisiana resident took up the task of handling the budget. Representative Edmund Jordan of District 29 was sworn in last Monday in front of the legislators. Welcome to the legislature, Representative Jordan. All right, next, on to one of the bills of note from last week. The Blue Lives Matter bill was signed last Thursday by Governor John Bel Edwards. This makes Louisiana the first state in the nation to expand the hate crime laws to protect police, firefighters, and emergency medical crews. All right, in closing, we had a very special visitor last Wednesday who arguably had the best suit and tie at the Capitol. The aspiring senator made his way from committee meeting to committee meeting, learning about oysters and our state's financial status. He even made his way onto the Senate floor. Great seeing you, Max Briggs. Don't forget, as we continue this year's regular session and get ready for the second special session of the year, make sure you keep an eye out for news on the oil and gas industry and the 2016 legislative session right here. And please continue to share this video with your colleagues and friends. Until next time, this is Camille Ivy-O'Donnell with LOGA TV.